continuing our conversation about what is love, and we're on number 5. Love suffers. It's a flashlight in a dark place. You figure things out as a couple. You try to work through it. You don't end it because the lights went out. Give the audience some more examples.
A lot of couples will pack up and run at the first sign of danger, at the first sign of trouble, the first sign of lack, the first sign of disappointment, the first sign of a disagreement. They cut and run. Yeah. That's not love. You're not in love with somebody every time you turn around, something goes bad, you dipping. Yeah. You know, it was a movie we watched, and it was a basketball player, and the guy, hurt his ankle or something, his knee. And the girl that was dating him was ready to marry him until he hurt his knee, and she thought his career was over. She left him. Yeah. And then as soon as he got well, she tried to come back. He was like, "No, I'm gone." Yeah. Because they weren't in love. You see, when you're in love, you will suffer through that thing with the person, whether it's an ailment, whether it's a disagreement, whether they're on their deathbed. You're going to be there for them and help them fight through.
Which leads me to the next thing. It brings out the best out in people, and it brings an element that causes you to ignore pain. Wow. It makes you survive.
Man, that's strong right there. Yeah. You will ignore pain. Yeah. You will forget that you are injured. Yeah. You will forget that something hurt you. Yeah. Because when you're in love with somebody, all things stop until this love is in the right place. When I say love will fix it, it will. Yeah. It will fix it. It's a healer.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be going through something, and just because that person is there for you and you feel love, you keep pressing through. And that's, I guess, what happens to some of these cancer patients when they're going through what they're going through. But I would think that if you're by yourself, it's harder to go through something like that, because you don't have someone that loves you and it helps you fight and persevere through whatever challenges you're enduring at the time.
That's why they call it a support system.
Yes, yes. And we're going on to number 7. It sees past someone's disability and find a way to not grow apart, because love is cohesive and it binds.
Yeah, love is a binder. It's going to hold things together even when things are seemingly falling apart. It starts grabbing for something to hold on to, because love fills voids, right? Yeah. So when there's nothing there, it starts to create something in the place of nothing. Right. So it has something to latch on to. You know, when you go to college, you have the hope of graduating from college, right? Yeah. But you don't know how it's going to turn out. And so if you love what you are investing your time in, your studies in, you will start to persevere. You will start creating ways to stay up late at night, to study, to cram for the exam. You'll create ways to get energy. If you have to get up and run around, turn the radio and dance and stuff, that's because you're trying to get through that thing. Love does the same thing, even in relationships. It creates an atmosphere. If I'm down, I want you to be on me like a coach. Let's go.
But you draw closer to the person you're with. You don't end up leaving them, because that's just not the way to go about it. That's why it says it binds you together. It brings you together. If you're finding yourself falling apart and going apart from each other, then that ain't love. I'm going to leave the rest for next time on The Real Life.